Hello students, in last lecture we have learnt that weight differs as the planet differs but mass remains same on every planet, and we have also learned how to calculate weight on the moon. If you are given the mass and radius of the moon, or you are given the weight on earth, you can calculate weight on moon by multiplying it to 1/6. So today we are going to study a new physical quantity, which is thrust and pressure. So pressure you are aware of, or you were heard this name pressure or this term pressure, but thrust you are not aware of it, and it is new for you. So let's start this. So first of all, there are some questions given in your textbook, not the questions to solve but just questions to think, like why camel can run in desert easily. Another one is why an army tank weighing more than 1,000 tons rests upon a continuous chain. You have seen army tank. It is very heavy, but it runs on this continuous, these chains like structure which are having wheels in between, and this chain moves as this army tank move. Why a truck or motor bus has much wider tires? This is also a question. In bikes you have very small tires, but in trucks and buses these are wider tires. Or why cutting tools have sharp edges? You see any type of cutting tool, like let's say for example a knife. So you will see that this knife have very sharp edges. These are sharp edges. So why is it so? So to understand these questions, we have to understand a new phenomena involved. So this phenomena, it says that net force in a particular direction. We have not seen force with direction, we just describe force with its magnitude, like if it is 10 Newton, 100 Newton or 1000 Newton, but we have not ever mentioned the direction in which this force is acting. So when net force is acting in a particular direction, it is called as thrust. When a force is acting in a particular direction, it is called as thrust. And this force, like force per unit area, means if it is, let's say for example 25 square feet area, and you are applying 100 Newton force on this 25 square foot area, on all of this area, so you can calculate force per 1 feet area or per square feet area, means force per unit area. Any unit on which you are applying a force is called as pressure. So force with direction is called as thrust, and force per unit area is called as pressure. We will study it by some situations given here. So situation 1, it is given in your textbook. It says that you wish to fix a poster on a bulletin board. The figure is also given in your textbook 10.13. If you wish to fix a poster on a bulletin board, to do this task you will have to press drawing pins like touchni. These pins you have to push it in this board poster. So you will push these pins with your thumb. You apply a force on the surface area of the head of the pin, because pin is having greater area at this tip of that, which is, you can say, its head. You have seen the structure of any kind of these pins, it will be like this. It is having this head, so you apply pressure on this head. So this force is directed perpendicular. If this is the poster and behind this it is the bulletin board, so you are applying pressure perpendicular to this board. You know the perpendicular, this is perpendicular, this line is perpendicular to this line, so you are applying pressure perpendicular to the surface area of the board. So this force acts on a smaller area. You are applying pressure here, but it force acts on this smaller area, that is tip of this pin. This is very small. Situation 2, it says that there is a situation 2. This situation says that you are standing on loose sand. Now what is loose sand? Let's say if you are standing in desert, if you are standing on a loose land or loose sand, your feet go deep into this sand, because sand particles are smaller and it is a loose sand. So if you are standing on this, your feet will go deeper into this sand. But if you lie on this sand, means you sleep on this sand, so you will observe that your body will not go further into this sand. But if you are standing, your feet will go deep into this sand. So you see, if you are standing, you are acting force perpendicular, again like this, on the sand. But if you are sleeping horizontally, this force or area of force increases. This area increases, so the force acting per unit area will decrease. That's why you will not go further deep into this sand. In previous chapter we have studied weight. That weight is force acting vertically downwards. Like if you are standing on the land, your weight is just force acting vertically downwards, because due to gravitational force your body attracts towards the earth, so this force is acting vertically downwards. It is called as weight. But here if you are standing on the sand, this same force acts perpendicular. So the force acting on an object perpendicular to the surface is called as thrust. So you see, now you understood that when you stand on loose sand, the force, that is weight of your body, acting on the area equal to your feet, which is small area. But if you are lying on the sand, the area increases. When you contact area of your whole body, the area of force will increase, which is larger than area of your feet. Your area of your body is larger than area of your feet. So the weight is same, but force acting per unit area will decreases. So the magnitude is different in both of these cases, if you are standing and if you are lying. So different areas or magnitude of area also decides the magnitude of force acting on it. That's why the effect are same. The thrust is same in both of these cases. Force acting in perpendicular direction on sand is same, but area is different. So this area thing is called as pressure. So you can say that pressure is equal to thrust upon area, because thrust is also a kind of force. So pressure is equal to thrust upon area. If you substitute SI units of area and thrust is kind of force, so it will be Newton, because SI unit of force is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square, so it will be Newton per meter square. But SI unit of pressure is not this Newton per meter square, it is Pascal. SI unit of pressure is Pascal. Why? Because the scientist who invented this pressure, whose name was Blaise Pascal. That's why in honor to this scientist, the SI unit of pressure is called as Pascal, which is denoted by PA. So now this formula becomes pressure is equal to thrust upon area, and whatever value you get, you will put this SI unit behind that, which is Pascal, denoted by PA. Now we will study some numerical examples to understand the effects of thrust acting on different areas. So example 10.6 in your textbook, it says that a block of wood like this is kept on a tabletop. If there is a table here, this box is kept on this table, and this block is having mass of 5 kg. So its mass is 5 kg, and dimensions are 40 cm into 20 cm into 10 cm. Now we have to calculate pressure exerted on this table by this wooden box in two situations. This first situation, in which this part of wooden box is in contact with table, which are having 20 cm and 10 cm dimensions, and if you put this box like this, you put it like this, that this 40 cm area will come in contact with this table. So in situation B, this 40 cm and 20 cm dimensions of this box are in contact with our table. So now we have to calculate pressure. So first of all, we have to calculate area of this wooden box in two different situations. So what we are given mass of this box, which is 5 kg. We are also given dimensions of this box, which is 40 cm into 20 cm into 10 cm. That is its height, length and breadth. So here weight of wooden block applies a thrust on this tabletop, that is thrust. We also called it as force, which formula is mass into acceleration due to gravity is equal to 5 kg, because mass is given as 5 kg and we have acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second square. So this thrust will be 49 Newton. We have to calculate thrust. We are given to calculate pressure, but the formula of pressure is thrust upon area. So first we have to calculate thrust. Now we are having 49 Newton thrust. Now we have to calculate area. So area is equal to length into breadth. You are aware of this. So in first case it will be 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter, 20 into 10 in first case. So this will be 200 centimeter square, but we have to convert it into meter square, so it is 0.02 meter square area. So now we have area and we have thrust. So we can calculate that pressure is equal to, first of all, thrust, that is 49 Newton upon this area, that is 0.02 meter square. So this answer will be 2450 Pascal, or you can write Newton per meter square. You can write Pascal also, or this Newton per meter square also. Now we have to calculate other situation in which box is kept, which is having 40 centimeter length. So we have to again calculate area, but thrust will be same because force is acting in same direction. So thrust will be same, but pressure will be, area will be now 40 centimeter into 20 centimeter. So it will be 800 centimeter square. If we convert it into meter, it will be 0.08 meter square. So in situation B, pressure is equal to thrust upon area. Here thrust will remain same, that is 49 Newton, and area of the second situation is 0.08 meter square. So it will be 612 into 5 Newton per meter square. So you see here, as the area of the wooden box increases, in this case area was 0.08 meter square, and in previous case the area was 0.02 meter square. So if area is lower, the pressure will be higher, and if area is higher, the pressure will be lower. So this is thrust and pressure. In next lecture we will study pressure in fluids, or you can also call it as buoyancy. We will study this physical term in our next lecture. Thank you, students.